Can you sum up your emotions? It's been a long journey for everyone.
Yeah, I can't sum up my emotions. This year's been totally different. I think it's probably a 2-year thing. It'll be a 3-year thing, really. But the journey's been so different this year. And the game tonight was, just pretty much the same as what we've been doing the last 3 weeks. I just can't wrap the boys enough. The courage these boys have shown. We really couldn't train the last 3 weeks, like hardly as a team. So many guys not training, or luckily the games were so hard each week that was enough training. We obviously had enough in the bank. To be able to scrape home again, I think it's probably justified by how good we've been for 2 years and the amount of work that everyone's put in. But I think it's purely on courage that these boys have won this.
How tough a watch either was the last 10, 15 minutes or so?
You get conditioned to it, really. The last 3 weeks have been very similar. And just, the back half of the year's been like that. We've won a bunch of games, obviously, but I don't know, we've never won super easily, or whereas at the start of the year we were. It just became kind of it's funny how it becomes your method or your identity a bit. And if I was going to get into a grind tonight, I was always confident tonight, because if it was going to be a tough game, which it's grand final, we're good at that. So, having said that, of course, it could have gone either way. But I do feel like we dominated field position and for most of the night. To South's credit, their defence was outstanding. You wouldn't expect anything less.
Do you think that you can now call yourself a Premiership coach? Like, that may not have processed through your head yet, but what does that mean?
I'm just happy to have the experience, really. It's certainly not about me. So, this is about the team and the staff and our fans back home, the whole community at Penrith. The sad thing is that they're not here, but I can imagine they're all going crazy, so I feel so happy about that. It's a bit surreal, actually.
Wayne said it wasn't a monkey, it was a gorilla for you, Ivan.
Did he?
Yeah. Trust me, he did so.
I suppose if you got 8 rings or whatever it is, you can probably say that, yeah. Look, I mean, I couldn't bear thinking about losing today, I've been, personally, since I was a fan, a player, an assistant coach, a coach, it's probably 45 years never winning a grand final, so I'm going to make this one last. I can tell you.
Absolutely buzzing. I guess that moment on the buzzer when you realised you'd done it, give us a sense of what that feeling is like.
You can't even put into words. Like, this is something that not only I've dreamt about, but us as a squad, like, we've always spoken about this moment, and it didn't even feel real. It was like euphoria. Ended up embracing with the OM, we were just pretty much crying. Like, it's honestly the best feeling. It's just priceless, like, sometimes there's hard things with the sport we play, the ups and downs, but to have this, and it makes it all worth it. And I'm so grateful to be part of this group and wear this Penrith jersey, and it's amazing.
It's all locked up with 15 to go, and then you see Stephen Crichton get his hands on that ball. What goes through your head?
What a play! Wow, that just sums him up to a T. He's just ready for the big moments. You forget he's 21 years old, and he just came up with a play like that. It's unbelievable, and he won us the game. And he's been doing it since the final series started. He's been coming up with massive plays. He's has barely played his natural position of centre the whole year. He's been playing wing, fullback, killing it every time. And then tonight, wow, he's a dead set freak.
There's winning a premiership, but then winning one with your dad, like, can you even, like, growing up as a kid, like, did you even dream of, you probably never dreamt of even playing rugby league at NRL, but to think, like, you did it with your dad?
Oh, it's special. It's Dad said it's not about us, but it makes it that much more special. And a lot of people wrote us off, but now to do it, it's crazy. And I have been dreaming of this moment since I was a little kid. I was so grateful to just play one NRL game, and now to be, win a grand final. It's crazy to do it with Dad, to do it with people I've grown up with. It's special.
Snake, we saw a little adorable moment where Brian obviously proposed to his partner and you guys all ran over and gave him a cuddle. You're obviously good friends with Isaah. I guess, did you know about it or did it sort of just happen?
I had no idea, but he's always calling her his fiancée anyway, so it was coming soon enough, and what a time to do it. Us other boys were looking around thinking, especially when I get a girlfriend, I've got a lot to live up to if she's comparing that.
You would have done it if you guys lost.
I don't know. I don't think so.
As a leader of this team, I think you've said on the ground, people sort of said you can't play all these hard games and win, but you showed so much energy and intent right from the opening tonight. Where did that resilience come from, and how proud are you that they were able to come through those last couple of weeks and produce that sort of performance and when it mattered the most?
No, I haven't sort of touched it. Pretty much since Origin period, we've sort of been back against the wall a little bit. Never had the same team on the park in sort of 2 weeks in a row, so I don't know, we sort of didn't really look at it. I was always looking at it as a positive that we're just going to be so battle-hardened when we actually get to this point, if you were to get to that point. Obviously, we've had some really close games. Parramatta, everyone wrote us off against Storm just because of how much Jizz took out of us, and then that same thing followed on. We sort of spoke about it at the start of the week. We just felt so confident. Obviously, some players weren't training, but that had sort of happened for the last month as well, though. So we just felt like we were so ready to do it. And like Ivan said, it was just two years in the making. It's obviously we weren't ready to do it last year, but things certainly didn't go as smoothly as what it did the previous year this year. But we're just ready for the big moment, and it was just phenomenal.
Nathan, was there ever a moment after Origin and the shoulder injury that you genuinely thought your season was done?
Oh, it probably lasted about 2 minutes when I first found out, and the prognosis of what it was. But then physio pretty much called me straight away. He's like, we'll get you back, and that's just a full credit to them, and I can't thank them enough for the work they've put into me. They were always super positive, and as soon as they said that, it was just that's what it was going to be, and I'm very grateful for the physio staff for all the work and time they put into me and get me back on the field.
Honestly, but how much pain have you been playing with?
Oh, it's actually not been that bad, and you compare it to some of the other guys in our team, they're just absolute warriors, and they've been dealing with a lot worse stuff than what I have. So it makes my job easier to do what I have to do to get right and get on the field.
Just on that, just on guys going through so much pain. Like we saw the headlines about the ones that we saw that were injured on crutches, like Dylan Edwards and Brian Toto and the rest of it. But are there guys in that group that were playing with injuries that we didn't even know about?
You guys know about everything. Well, I reckon there was at least 5 that probably shouldn't have been playing today. I don't say that lightly. It was a calculated risk on a lot of boys. I actually woke up at 2 o'clock this morning and I couldn't get back to sleep because I'm thinking, oh my God, if honestly 3 or 4 of them could be gone by 10 minutes. But it was calculated, and they were just refused not to play. Like, it's probably Fish, Moses, Dill Edwards. Dill Edwards, oh my God. He's had a broken foot for like a month. Has not trained, walked around on crutches every week, and then goes out and plays. I don't understand how that can happen, but so it's just, I guess that just sums up the bond. What we have been able to do is we've had a lot of guys play injured throughout the season. Bizza in particular played twice with a syndesmosis injury and never came off. I remember Tyron May doing his MCL badly and twice actually again kept playing, and they just just created this culture of, unfortunately, that no one wanted to be the one who didn't put their hand up and said I can't play. It was just, I don't know. It's just hard for me to explain. Incredible.
Ivan, you've got a very young team. There's the ingredients there now to really set up sort of a really strong future for the club. Compete every year now for premierships.
Yeah, definitely. But I must say, This stage, I couldn't give a shit about next year.
I think long way from pre-season, yeah.
I think I'm sure I will, but yeah, I just, you know what, I just want to savour this moment and for as long as we can, because we've definitely done it the hard way, but I think that suited us.
What went through your minds with the Cody Walker moment when he gets the ball? Do you think it's a sort of death of glory for him there, is that play?
Oh, when Critter intercepted?
Yeah. What did you think of that moment?
Oh, well, I must say, we've practiced, our edge guys have practiced that situation, I don't know how many times, like every single week. Credit to Cameron Sorrello, who runs our defence, Andrew Webster runs our tackle. We've trained for it, and that's, you know what, when it comes off in the big moments, I mean, that said it about Critter, like he has that ability to be able to do that, but he's trained for that too. So it's a beautiful moment, man, when that happened. That was surreal. That was just gold.
Can I just ask you about, obviously winning a premiership with your son is fantastic and amazing, Jim. What it's like also to present him with a Clive Churchill medal?
That was completely out of this world. Now, I was standing there, I just was like, I couldn't have even written that story. I didn't even know, I didn't know it was happening. I didn't know I had to do it. Sats actually said to me just before, he goes, because I had the medal, and he goes, "Oh, you're giving that to Nathan?" I said, "Oh, I don't know, he's going to get it." He goes, No, he's going to get it. I was just like, oh, shit. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Like, yeah.
Is that Brayden as a player and your son, or is he just your son? How do you view it?
Oh, he's my son. Yeah.
Scoop.
Yeah.
Really? I hope so. No, I understand. It's a fair question. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. No, like he's, in many respects, every, like daily, it's just, he's another, he's part of the team, like captain, player, all that kind of stuff. But I think we've always been able to still be father and son. I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to coach him in the first place. I always felt like our personalities would work. We went through some hard times there a few years ago, where I felt a bit guilty, and his form wasn't where it could have been. But in the end, I think that only helped. But when the siren went, when I saw him out there, it was all about he's still my boy, so.
Nathan, I guess the reverse of that question, for you to be Clive Churchill medalist and have your dad hand it to you, what were those emotions like?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I think it's a lot more than just a Clive Churchill medal. I thought, a number of people could have got it from our side, but just being able to, win a premiership with Dad, and especially the way it started off. It was a tough year in 2019, and people wrote us off and said it wasn't the right thing to do. But now to share this moment with him, it definitely makes it all worth it. And we knew we had trust in each other and trust in this group that we'd be able to do something special, and we've done it.
Matt Burton leaves you guys, obviously, but just thought he was terrific tonight. I'm just interested in what you thought of his performance and what he brought to you guys this season.
Yeah, Birdo was phenomenal. He's such a good kid. I guess we will. Reality will bite at some point. It's so sad to have to leave him, for him to go. But I'm so happy how it's turned out for him, because, and what he's done for our team. I always had a laugh yesterday, actually, saying I thought he was a pretty good centre. Anyway, that's life. So I'm so, couldn't have written that story either. Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Get me out of here.